Good morning and welcome everyone to Barclays Center. Special thanks to Rosalie Kaplan, Andrew Mazzi, members of the student committee, and all the graduating students who submitted photos and videos for curating and editing this retrospective to take you on the road to commencement. Before we begin the 2022 Brooklyn College Commencement Ceremony, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and all other electronic devices. Also, for the health and safety of all guests, masks are required to be worn while inside the building. We invite you to share your commencement photos and videos of the graduation today on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the hashtag BCGrad2022. And now the presentation for the Brooklyn College class of 2022 will begin. Will the graduates in the School of Natural and Behavioral Sciences please rise as you are able as your school's banner enters the arena. The banner is being carried by student Ebolua Adeyemi. Ebolua is graduating today with a master's degree in health and nutrition science. The graduates in the School of Natural and Behavioral Sciences can now be seated. Will the graduates in the School of Visual, Media, and Performing Arts please rise as you are able as your school's banner enters the arena. The banner is being carried by student John Schilling. John is graduating today with a baccalaureate degree in television, radio, and emerging media. The graduates in the School of Visual, Media, and Performing Arts can now be seated. Will the graduates in the Murray Koppelman School of Business please rise as you are able as your school's banner enters the arena. The banner is being carried by student Tatiana Skrikotin. Tatiana is graduating today with a baccalaureate degree in economics. The graduates in the Murray Koppelman School of Business can now be seated. Will the graduates in the School of Education please rise as you are able, as your school's banner enters the arena. The banner is being carried by student Nassim Al-Montasur. Nassim is graduating today with a baccalaureate degree in secondary education. The graduates in the School of Education can now be seated. Will the graduates in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences please rise as you are able, as your school's banner enters the arena. The banner is being carried by student Saba Iqbal. Saba is graduating today with a baccalaureate degree in Children and Youth Studies. The graduates in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences can now be seated. We would like to recognize the graduates from the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies programs. Would you all please stand as you are able? The graduates in the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies can now be seated. Please welcome the faculty of Brooklyn College. Led by the Chair of Faculty Council, Dr. Shimiji Shortell. Dr. Shortell carries the Brooklyn College Mace, the symbol of the authority of the faculty at Brooklyn College. Graduates and honored guests, please rise as you are able, as Brooklyn College President Michelle J. Anderson and Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs Ann Lopes and the members of the Platform Party enter the arena. Please welcome Mara O'Malley, a graduate student in the Brooklyn College Conservatory of Music, class of 2022, who will now perform the national anthem. Please rise as you are able.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst.
Please be seated. Thank you and good morning. I am Ron Jackson, the Vice President of Student Affairs at Brooklyn College, and I'm delighted to welcome you as the Chief Marshal for the 97th Commencement Ceremony at Brooklyn College. We're finally back in person. I would like to thank Mara for her performance of the National Anthem and the members of the Brooklyn College Brass Ensemble, led today by Brian Olson, an adjunct lecturer in the Conservatory of Music. On this joyful occasion, we celebrate the conferral of 3,195 baccalaureate and 966 master's degrees. We also have 96 students receiving advanced certificates. In all, 4,257 graduates make up the Brooklyn College class of 2022. These Brooklyn College graduates are extremely diverse. They come from 109 countries from around the world, and they speak 68 languages. Included in this class are 268 Brooklyn College employees representing various divisions throughout the college. If you are a Brooklyn College employee, please stand as you are able to be recognized. We also want to recognize the 10 veterans and service members in this year's graduating class. Will all veterans and service members please rise as you are able? Among these service members is Mr. Darian Jobity. Darian served in the U.S. Marine Corps from 2012 to 2015 and was the former president of the Veteran Students Association. Darian will be graduating today with a Bachelor of Art degree in film. Congratulations to you all. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of the Brooklyn College class of 2022. And to begin the ceremony, it is my pleasure to invite to the podium the president of Brooklyn College, Michelle J. Anderson.
Hello, everyone, and good morning to you. I'm Michelle Anderson, the president of Brooklyn College, and I am so excited to be here in person for this graduation event. I want to welcome the distinguished members of the CUNY Board of Trustees, the CUNY Chancellor Félix Matos Rodríguez, other distinguished guests, the family and loved ones of today's graduates, and the many staff, faculty, friends, and alumni of Brooklyn College who have gathered with us here today. But I especially want to welcome the candidates for graduation of the class of 2022. We have finally come to the day to celebrate your achievements. The graduates sitting here in these seats in Barclays needed an extraordinary kind of commitment to be here today. Of course, they had to tackle rigorous academic work. In so doing, they have been transformed by the power of critical thinking, the scientific method, creativity, and advanced analysis that are the foundations of higher education. They explored new ideas that shaped their values and beliefs for the future. They have studied with classmates who will become lifelong friends. And they have learned from outstanding faculty members who became cherished mentors. Let's have a round of applause for the outstanding faculty of Brooklyn College. But these graduates had to tackle not just rigorous academic work. They had to tackle a challenging social and political environment as well. The class of 2022 faced a period of tremendous tumult and great social change in this country and around the world. Over the past 4 years, we have seen the rise of the Me Too movement. We've seen protests amplifying the powerful call that Black lives matter. We have seen, yes, we have seen critical advocacy for immigrants and for the safety and dignity of all people. Over the last 4 years, we've seen war on the international stage. We've seen our own democracy in peril. And of course, we've endured together a global pandemic, one that continues to affect us daily, even today. Despite everything they faced, these students managed to stay the course. They studied and they learned even when the assignments were demanding, even when times were tough. They persevered. Even when family members or they themselves fell sick, they persevered. And now they are poised to achieve a special degree of accomplishment that this unique ceremony represents. Now, we all know that college students can't succeed alone or just by themselves. It is their loved ones who hold out great hope for their futures and cheer them on, everyone in the audience here today. Let's give a round of applause to the family and friends. Since its founding in 1930, Brooklyn College has welcomed students from all walks of life, especially those who are first in their families to attend college, those who are immigrants and the sons and daughters of immigrants and people from around the world. Today, it's true. Let's give a round of applause to that. Today, the college is known nationally, of course, for the great diversity of its student body and for the extraordinary and propulsive social mobility that a Brooklyn College education grants to its graduates. We are known especially for an excellent and affordable education. Each member of the class of 2022 today goes from being student to a cherished member of our alumni family, a place of honor that will continue throughout their lives. Graduates, we look forward to seeing your continued success in life, but today we celebrate your accomplishments to get here. And you made it. I'm proud of you. Your friends and family are proud of you. Your faculty are proud of you. We are proud. Congratulations to every one of you. I'm going to move this along by introducing the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Brooklyn College, Dr. Ann Lopes.
Thank you, President Anderson. I'm delighted to be here. Good morning, graduates and honored guests. I'm delighted to introduce to you first representatives from our student government. I ask each of you to stand when you are recognized. Ikra Nahid, President of the Undergraduate Student Government. Louis DiMelio, President of the Graduate Student Association. Please join me in recognizing the salutatorian of the class of 2022, Hafsa Fatima. Hafsa's academic ranking is at the very top among our graduates. Today, she will receive a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology and a Bachelor of Arts degree in art. A number of individuals are here today to bring special greetings to our graduates. I'm pleased to introduce to you the Honorable Charles E. Schumer, United States Senator. Senator Schumer, Brooklyn College graduates, secured more than $103.6 million for Brooklyn College in the COVID relief bills.
Thank you, Provost, and congratulations, 2022. You've made it. Let's have a round of applause for this great class of 2022. Okay, now thank you, President Anderson, members of the faculty and administrators, all the people who've worked here. You have made Brooklyn College one of the finest institutions of higher learning, not just in New York, but in our country. Let's have a round of applause for them. And now a word to the parents in the audience. I know just how you feel. A few short years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you did and watched our daughter Allison get her diploma. It was one of the greatest days of our lives. You've been through a lot as parents. It's not easy raising kids these days, but now you get to watch all your blood, your sweat, your tears pay off as your son or daughter walks on the stage, gets the diploma, and becomes an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. And another word of thanks. Yesterday was Memorial Day. And today, as we're having a great time here together, there are young men and women, many from New York, many from Brooklyn, serving in our armed forces and risking their lives for us. Let's have a round of applause for them. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, in memory of those who tragically lost their lives in Buffalo, in Uvalde, and from so many other senseless acts of gun violence, we must do everything possible to get these damn guns and weapons of war off our streets, out of our communities. We will keep fighting together until we win. Now, to the great class of 2022. The challenges of the last few years have truly been unique. I'm sure you expected your time in college to bring new experiences, but that probably didn't include a global pandemic. And yet here you are, having earned your degree from a truly fine institution of higher learning. You overcame immense obstacles to get here. Nothing and nobody can ever take that away from you. Of course, we have more work to do, but little by little, we're seeing signs of life returning to normal, and it took a lot of work to reach this point. As Majority Leader, I worked hard to pass the American Rescue Plan, which put money in the pockets of millions of New York families and thousands of small businesses who were hurt by the crisis. As the Provost mentioned, I got $103 million for Brooklyn College and $1.49 billion to CUNY to help it rebound from COVID. And one of the things I'm fighting hardest for right now is to get President Biden to forgive $50,000 in undergraduate and graduate student loans, a crushing burden for too many students. So, graduates, as you all know, this is an era of profound economic and social change. In the old days, when you graduated from college, the odds were pretty high you'd have the same job in the same field for 40 years. That's not so true anymore. Most of you will have several jobs, many of you several careers. And along with these economic changes, the internet has put so much information at our fingertips, it's sometimes hard to figure out what's important and to distinguish between what's true and what isn't. All too often, the loudest voices get the most attention. But class of 2022, the good news is this about our changing world. Your generation is better equipped than any other that came before it to adapt to these changes, to overcome the obstacles they present, and seize the opportunities they afford. Right now, though, sitting in your seats, you may not be sure of what is coming next. With so much of the world changing so quickly around you, sometimes it might feel like you're jumping into an abyss. But the key, graduates, is not to fear the unknown. Embrace it, relish it, soak up every possibility it has to offer. My advice to 2022 is simple. Go for it. Now, how do I know? I remember feeling doubts myself when I was your age. When I was seated at college graduation many years ago, like you are today, I just learned that I had won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid, for a whole year. For me, it was an opportunity for a lifetime. I came from southern Brooklyn. My father was an exterminator. We never had much money, and I never had been out of the country before. But graduates, at the same time, I met a girl, and I fell in love. Aww. So I had to decide. Do I go around the world on the all-expense-paid scholarship for a whole year? Or do I stay home with the girl, my first true love? Class of 2022, what would you have done? Madam President, the class is divided. I stayed home with the girl. No, don't clap yet, you romantic over there. The story continues. That summer, she went on a short vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was the matter. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was, no scholarship, no trip around the world, no girl. I said to myself, oh my God, you're never gonna make anything of yourself. Give up right now. And in fact, I stayed in my house for several months, moped around and felt sorry for myself. But somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And then I found myself a few years later, seated at graduation, again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad, I broke to them the news, I wasn't gonna join the fancy law firm like we had planned. My parents wanted the best for me. They struggled to get me through college and law school, and the law firm was paying $400 a week. But I didn't want to push a pencil for somebody I didn't respect or like. And so I told them I was going to follow my dream and run for office. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. But against long odds, at the age of 23, I ran for the New York State Assembly, and I had 3 opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So I'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of my big, thick head. Well, graduates, a few years earlier, I sure didn't get that girl, but that November, I won the election. So, to this great class of 2022, take the risk on this day of your achievement. Don't let fear of failure deter you. For those of us who have gotten older and look back on life, one of the painful moments is what I call the what-ifs. What if I had only done this? What if I had only gone there? You're about to cast off into the unknown. And I know that can be scary. But you've got great assets, a great education at a great institution, Brooklyn College, families that will always have your back through thick and thin. So garner up your strength, garner up your courage, put aside your doubts, take a chance, and if you do, it is my hope, it is my prayer, and indeed it's my confidence that you, each of you, will find true joy and true success in life. To the great class of Brooklyn College 2022, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it.
Thank you, Senator Schumer. I am pleased to now introduce to you the Honorable Eric Adams, Mayor of New York City.
Thank you. Euthymia. Euthymia. That's the word I have for you today, euthymia. Knowing your path and staying on your path. Don't allow anyone to take you off your path. They told me years ago when I spoke to the graduating class, those years I stated, in 2022, I will be back, and I'll be back as the mayor of the city of New York. And they said it was impossible. I was dyslexic, arrested, rejected, and now I'm elected. I'm the mayor. All along the journey, there were distractions that stated I couldn't do it. I knew my path. I knew who I was, and no one was going to take me off that path. Now you know your path. It doesn't matter if you're from the 109 countries across the globe. Everyone in America came from somewhere outside of the indigenous Indians. So if ever anyone tells you to go back to your country, you tell them you will when they go back to theirs, because America belongs to us all. And you have pride in this country. Yes, we're not perfect. Yes, we have flaws. But there's nowhere on the globe where dream is attached to the country's name. There's no German dream, there's no French dream, there's no Polish dream, but damn it, there's an American dream. And we have a right to pursue that dream with the prosperity that we deserve. This is your moment to make this country what you want it to be. And as the mayor of the city of New York, I join Senator Schumer and state that it is time to end this senseless affiliation and belief that we need to have guns in the hands of our children. Babies are killing babies. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And so I say to you, Brooklyn College, on this day, this is your moment. Know your path. Walk in your path. Lean into your faith and your belief. No matter how successful you are, nothing is more significant than the love of your family and those who nurture and support you during these difficult times. Congratulations to you. Go out. Take control of this globe. It is yours. The winds of change are blown by young people. Take a deep breath and blow this globe in the direction that you want it to go into. Good luck to you. Godspeed. God bless Brooklyn College. God bless New York. God bless America. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. I am pleased to introduce to you at this time the Honorable Jumaane Williams, New York City Public Advocate.
Is Brooklyn in the house? Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's beautiful to see y'all here, and I have to say the real BC. I have to say that because my wife graduated from Borough, and so we argue all the time, but I got the mic now. So the real BC is Brooklyn College, and it's great to see y'all out here. Protocol's been established, but I want to shout out our student government out there. I appreciate y'all. That's why I was involved in student government. I don't know if it's still called GSO, but I was a GSO president when I was here. I also have Tourette's syndrome, ADHD. I'm a first-generation American. I'm black, made it through the public school system. I was also told I wouldn't be where I am today, but I'm the second highest ranking elected official in the city of New York. And I owe a lot of that to Brooklyn College. So I'm just happy to be here to be able to speak to you. You guys look amazing. This is the first time we're back since this pandemic. That's pretty dope. And I know it seems really difficult right now in this world, and it is kind of difficult. But I always try to remind folks there have been different points in time where if you grew up in that time, it seemed like the end of the world. This is just our time right now. And I feel really good because I look out and I don't see the next generation of this country's leaders. I see the leaders of today. And I feel very comfortable that you're going to help get us out of this mess that unfortunately we've made a little worse for you. We could have done a better job. But hopefully you'll take the best of what we've done and do even better. Can y'all do that? You think so? Can you do that? Because as was mentioned, we got babies dying from gun violence. We're not yet over this pandemic. We got ridiculous wars all over the world. And you may think there's no hope, but y'all are the hope. You are the ones that give us hope, that help us get through every single day, and I appreciate y'all being here. I know you worked really hard, but I also know you didn't get here by yourself, so just do me a favor. I know there's some friends and family around you. Just turn to them and say thank you real quick. Just say thank you real quick, because I know you didn't get here by yourself. Friends, family, supporters, thank y'all for getting these graduates where they need to be. And I want to speak to just a few people, because when I was sitting in that seat, I actually wasn't ready to graduate. I had a couple classes left. It took me 7 years to get my 4-year degree. It took me 4 years to get my 2-year degree, but I did it and kept moving. So what I want to tell you really quick, first to everybody, is something they don't tell you, is you are going to fail miserably at something. You may have already, you probably will again. I'm talking about when you cry, don't tell your friends, you'll be at home by yourself. What makes you who you are is what you do right after that. And you're only going to go as high as your worst failure. So whenever you fail, just understand that that is part of life, and you keep it moving. And just to those select few that were like me and thought they shouldn't be here because they had a class to take, they had some more work to do. And my father turned to me, may he rest in peace, and he said, son, no matter what, this is the time you take to celebrate. You deserve to be here. So everyone who is here, you deserve to be here. Please enjoy yourself. Enjoy this moment. It is a magnificent moment. And as a twice alumni of Brooklyn College, I can't wait to see what you alumni are going to do for us. Peace and blessings. Love and light to you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Public Advocate Jumaane Williams. I am pleased to introduce to you the Honorable Antonio Reynoso, Brooklyn Borough President.
Good morning, graduates. My name is Antonio Reynoso, and I am the president of the greatest borough in this city, Brooklyn. And I'm gonna try my best to impart some wisdom that was given to me when I was graduating. You see, my parents came here from the Dominican Republic with very little in their... Ahí están los paisanos. My parents came to this country with very little to nothing in their pockets. Food stamps, Section 8, welfare. If there was a government assistance program that existed, my family had to take advantage of it just to give me a fair shot at life. Make sure I had food in my stomach, make sure I had a roof over my head. You see, but I didn't let my intense poverty in the beginning of my life be my story. I decided I wanted to do more. And I met a mentor in college by the name of Carl Thomas, who was one of the first 6 black men that I graduated from the college that I went to. And he told me, Antonio, your success will be measured by what you dedicate your time to. What you dedicate your time to. Find something you love, or find something you're good at, and dedicate time to it. And I decided that I was gonna figure out what I was gonna do, and a man by the name of Barack Obama decided to run for office and become president of the United States of America. He inspired me. I became a community organizer for Acorn here in Brooklyn, helping poor people figure out a way to organize so they can affect meaningful change in their communities. Then I decided to run for office as city council in 2013, and I won. And we did 8 years of that, and now I am the youngest elected borough president in the history of the city of New York. And also the first Latino elected to borough presidency here in Brooklyn, New York. But I did something very important because I had a lot of fun in college. I want to say that. I threw a lot of parties, and had a great time, a very good time. But I decided I wanted to do more, and I wanted to dedicate myself, my time, to something I loved, or to something that I am talented in, or that I had passion to do. And I want you to think about that. In some cases, Some people in this room are gonna get very lucky, and their passion and their talent is gonna be the same thing. That very rarely happens. Some people have passion for something and some people have talents. Some people might not have either. But you gotta find it and dedicate your time to that. It will make all the difference. And I'm gonna end by saying, don't forget where you're from and spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Borough President Antonio Reynoso. I'm pleased to introduce to you Dr. Guillermo Linares, President of the New York State Higher Education Services Corporation.
Good morning. Chancellor Rodríguez, President Anderson, faculty, elected officials, distinguished guests, and graduates. You're finally here. We have been feeling the fallout of COVID for a long time, and as students, you face extra challenge thrown at your way when COVID-19 pandemic spread across our state, our nation, our globe, but you have finally arrived to walk to the stage. Congratulations. It is my sincere honor to be joining you today on behalf of New York State Governor Kathy Hochul. The governor sends her regards and offers her sincere congratulations. My life's work has focused on improving access to public education, and as president of the New York State Higher Education Services Corporation, HESC, I'm privileged to help carry out Governor Kathy Hochul's vision for all New Yorkers and to work towards our shared goal to help New York students realize their dream of a higher education. As a first-generation college student and a native of the Dominican Republic who immigrated to New York as a teenager, I know firsthand the profound impact a college education can have. A college education can help close equity gaps and accelerate upward mobility, especially among minority communities. Today, I could not be prouder to be standing here joining you as graduates. As New York's next generation of leaders, it is your chance to put your education, your skills, and experience into action as you continue forward into your path to success. Today, I want to share with you 5 things that have helped me succeed in my journey from that young man who came to New York at just 14 years old to be the first Dominican born to be elected to public office in the United States. And today to be president of the Higher Education Services Corporation. Remain rooted on who you are. Be true to yourself and never surrender your core values and principles, even if it means saying no. Understand and acknowledge that opportunities exist for you because of those who came before. Remember those who came before you and took the challenges to give you an opportunity to be able to stand here today. And even more important, take a minute to thank those people, your parents, your family, and your friends who lifted you up and helped you get to the stage today. Keep doors open for others following you. Leverage your talent and skills so that other people will have an opportunity. And as you move forward in life and work, reach out and grab others and bring them along. And leave your doors open. Know that opportunity comes from unexpected people and places. And lastly, remember that teamwork is the key to overcoming challenges. Find the cohort of people who will work with you to push forward. Again, it is my sincere privilege to join you here today. Thank you and congratulations, graduate.
Thank you so much. A beautiful speech.
Thank you, Dr. Linares. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium a dedicated member of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, Brian Obergfell, who will bring greetings from the board to us.
Good morning. Chancellor Matos Rodríguez, President Michelle Anderson, distinguished faculty, guests, family, friends, and most importantly, the Brooklyn graduating class of 2022. It is my pleasure to also welcome today's honorary degree recipient, Leymah Gbowee. She is a 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a Liberian peace activist, trained social worker, and women's rights advocate. She is the founder and president of Gbowee Peace Foundation Africa in Monrovia, Libya, and Gbowee Peace Foundation Africa USA, located in New York City. Ms. Gbowee currently serves as director of the Women's Peace and Security Program at Columbia University's Earth Institute. Ms. Gbowee is the founding head of the Liberia Reconciliation Initiative and co-founder and former executive director of Women, Peace, and Security Network Africa. She travels internationally to advocate for human rights and peace and security. Graduates, first and foremost, my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I am honored to celebrate your academic achievements today. You are the pride of CUNY and the pride of New York. We are enormously proud of the class of 2022. And you should be very proud of yourselves, graduate. Because of your hard work, sacrifice, and commitment, today represents an impressive milestone in your life, one that you will share with your families, friends, and faculties and the administration at Brooklyn College. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all those people who helped you along on your journey. And yes, you share those qualities of all 2022 graduates. But you have something greater that will allow you success and distinguish you from all other graduates. You have a CUNY degree, a priceless CUNY degree. Today you have reached the finish line, but you are also posed at the starting point of the next chapter of your lives. As you look to the future, my advice is to be bold and dream big. Be agents of change and make the world better for the next generation, starting right here in New York City. Engage in your community. Speak up for those who cannot. Serve your city and your fellow New Yorkers with pride and integrity, and pursue your passions with courage, confidence, and compassion. We expect great things from all of you, and we will be rooting for your success. I have no doubt that each of you has the talent and the passion to change the world. After all, you are CUNY graduates. On behalf of all of us at CUNY, I extend my very best wishes for a bright and successful future. Congratulations and good luck to the class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you, Trustee Obergfell. I would also like to acknowledge Trustee Una Clark, who is here with us today and has been a longtime supporter of Brooklyn College. Now, please join me in welcoming the Chancellor of the City University of New York, Félix V. Matos Rodríguez. Chancellor.
Thank you, Anne. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Unless you give me more love, my speech is going to get lengthier. Good morning, buenos dias. Thank you so much, President Anderson, for allowing me and inviting me to be part of this great, great ceremony today, this wonderful day. I am thrilled to extend my enthusiastic congratulations to the Brooklyn College class of 2022 and to the entire Brooklyn College community. I also acknowledge all the elected officials who spoke before, the members of the Board of Trustees. We also have from the Chancellor's Office, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Denise Maybach, who's a proud Brooklyn College alum. Denise, yep. And I also want to acknowledge the speakers and the individuals that you're going to honor here at your ceremony, particularly my good friend, Leonard Tow. And I also want to congratulate Jules, Coleman, and our keynote commencement speaker. Why don't we give them a big round of applause, too? I am delighted that we are back celebrating in person after 2 years of remote commencements. What a lift it was to watch the procession of graduates all decked out in your caps and gowns, and now look at you and see the excitement on your eyes and the faces of pride and joy in all your family members who are gathered here this morning. Commencement season has always been one of great joy for me in my job. First, when I was a history professor at Hunter, when I was college president at Ostos and at Queens, and now in my role as chancellor. I get the joy and the honor of celebrating thousands of New Yorkers who have persevered today through a very tough and rigorous Brooklyn College education and now are ready to receive their diplomas. They're ready to hug their families and they're ready to launch your careers. It's a pure celebration of everything that I love about CUNY students. Your brilliance, your grit, your tenacity, the way you overcome obstacles and make sacrifice to succeed, and how all of that underlies the thing that excites me the most about all of you graduates, your incredible promise. To see our state future engineers, teachers, coders, and musicians take this next step is inspiring. So this is a moment to both celebrate what you have achieved and to look forward to the opportunities that you have worked hard to create for yourselves, and to celebrate the faculty, the staff, the entire Brooklyn College family, and your own family who were so indispensable in you being able to be here today. Today, you've heard it a little so far, and you will hear about this later more. You will hear about your belonging to the greater Brooklyn College family and legacy. I am here to remind you that you have another family, the CUNY family. And I say CUNY because you're also part of a much larger, bigger story that goes beyond your particular Brooklyn College campus, because you are, and you always will be, part of our great city university. But some of you know about this CUNY family already. And let me just do a quick example. Can I have all of you who are graduating today, who before coming to Brooklyn College, attended or got a degree at another CUNY institution? All of you who came to Brooklyn, stand up. All of you who came to Brooklyn College and have another CUNY degree, yeah? Stand up. Yes. Stay there. Give me 5 seconds. You can stretch. Stay up. Now, can I have all the graduates here today who next year will be attending a CUNY Law School, Medical School, School of Public Health, Graduate Center, or a Master in any of our schools. Stand up. The next generation that go. So this is an example of the CUNY family to all of you. You may be seated. Thank you. Speaking of CUNY, you might not know that we are celebrating our 175th anniversary. It is a story that started 30 years before the Civil War with just 143 students in a school that was called then the Free Academy. It was created to educate and provide access, equity, and opportunity to people from families from modest backgrounds, but with a heck of a lot of talent and promise. Many of them were the children of immigrants. Does that story resonate with your experience at Brooklyn College? That Free Academy was the anchor to CUNY's unbeatable record of propelling New Yorkers to the middle class and beyond, and it's part of that CUNY story of social mobility that President Anderson mentioned in her opening remarks. Do you want to get a sense about CUNY's impact in social mobility? Can I have all of you who are graduating today, who are the first one in your family to get a college degree, to please stand up? If it's your first in your family, take a look. Take a look around. Give them a big round of applause. All right? That is social mobility. That is how we rebuild back New York. This is how CUNY contributes to the life of New York and the entire city. Thank you so much. You might be seated. I told you that this journey started with 143 students 175 years ago. And I just want you to know how that seed has grown. You are part now of a graduating class that has more than 55,000 students, right? Give yourself and the other 50,000 or so out there a big round of applause, please. So today, you are carrying this great legacy forward. To get here, you had to meet all the challenges your predecessors did, but you have one more big one. You had to make it through those 2 years of the pandemic. I couldn't be more proud of your tenacity or more confident that the same attributes that carry you through the pandemic will be now indispensable tools as you move forward to fulfill your personal and professional ambitions. You have earned this recognition as much as that founding class 143 that graduated from the Free Academy back in 175 years ago. I am here to extend heartfelt congratulations, and I want you to know that as you go on in the rest of your journey, you would always count on having Brooklyn College, CUNY, and this chancellor have your back. Congratulations, success, y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you, Chancellor. I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Denise Maybank. I too want to acknowledge her, the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management at the City University of New York, who is also a proud Brooklyn College alum. Now I would like to welcome to the podium the President of the Brooklyn College Alumni Association, Agnes Ford, the Brooklyn College class of 1969. She brings greetings from the Alumni Association to us.
Good morning. My name is Agnes Ford, and I am the current president of the Brooklyn College Alumni Association. I am thrilled that we are able to gather in person and celebrate your graduation from Brooklyn College as the class of 2022. Your hard work and dedication have led to this exciting new beginning. You have already endured unimaginable obstacles and persevered through unprecedented times. You are entering the world armed with unique experiences and an invaluable Brooklyn College education. I hope that you will take a moment to reflect on the important moments, experience, and academic dedication that brought you here. You are well equipped for this new beginning, and I know that you will go far. It is my distinct honor to welcome you with pride to the Brooklyn College Alumni Association, BCAA, an exceptional community with 170,000 members. With the support of the Office of Alumni Engagement, the BCAA aims to keep you connected to each other and our alma mater. As esteemed members, you will continue to hear from us about ways to stay connected and engaged. As you recall your time on campus, you will remember the beautiful quad. We hope that through the years you may return to campus and participate in a BCAA event. Hopefully when the pandemic ends, there will be in-person events again. Many of you are first in your families to attend college at an affordable cost, earned an excellent academic education equal to the Ivy League schools. I know how grateful I am to have attended Brooklyn College, which opened doors to a successful career in business. The college offers an opportunity at an affordable price, diversity, and academic excellence. It is our legacy to give back to the college for the gifts we have been given. Congratulations again on your graduation from Brooklyn College. We are proud to celebrate this momentous occasion and excited to see you take off into the world. Welcome to our alumni family. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Agnes and to everyone who has spoken so far. We're now ready to turn to the awards. First up is the valedictorian speech. And to introduce the speaker, we have Dean Maria Canelli of the School of Visual Media and Performing Arts.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of this year's graduating class, Carina Dorso. Carina will receive her Bachelor of Arts degree in the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. She earned a perfect 4.0 at Brooklyn College and will graduate summa cum laude. As Carina's CUNY BA mentor, I can attest she embodies all that is exceptional in the Brooklyn College student: intelligence, resilience, and optimism. She will pursue her graduate studies in arts and learning at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Demonstrating once again that with your BC degrees can open any door to endless opportunities. Please welcome to the podium this year's valedictorian, Ms. Carina Dorso.
Good morning. My name is Carina Dorso, and I am truly honored to serve as Brooklyn College's 2022 valedictorian. I would also like to congratulate the class of 2022 salutatorian, my amazing classmate and friend, Hafsa Fatima. On behalf of both of us, I would like to extend greetings to President Anderson, Chancellor Matos Rodríguez, distinguished honorates, elected officials, faculty, staff, family, friends, alumni, and of course, the wonderful class of 2022. It is such a thrill to be here with you in person at the Barclays Center. This semester marks a major milestone for our college community, as many of us arrived on campus for the first time in over 2 years. We're finally back where it all began, and just in time to celebrate the end of our journey here at Brooklyn College. 4 years ago, when I was applying to colleges, I visited Brooklyn College for the first time with my mother and my maternal grandparents. As we toured the lush campus on that sunny afternoon, my grandfather wandered off. At the end of the tour, we found him sitting comfortably on a bench in the West Quad. This memory reminds me of his catchphrase, come dolce, or how sweet. He looked so proud in knowing that his first grandchild would soon be off to college. And sure enough, Brooklyn College would soon become my second home. The influence of my grandparents colored my childhood in so many ways. Born and raised in Molise, the smallest region in Italy, neither of them attended school past the 5th grade. For this reason, my mother always instilled the importance of education in both me and my brother. But even still, I struggled in school when I was younger, especially with math. She would study with me for countless hours, teaching me the value of perseverance, a quality which would guide the trajectory of my path. She also encouraged me to pursue my passions fervently, and I developed a special affinity for art. I spent hours reading, I enjoyed musical theater, and I frequently visited museums. As a teenager, inspired by the values my mother instilled within me, I became galvanized by the idea of becoming an educator. When it was time to apply for colleges, I knew I wanted to be a commuter student so that I could attend school in the heart of New York City with countless opportunities at my fingertips. And little did I know how true this dream would come to be. As a member of the Macaulay Honors College and the CUNY Baccalaureate program for unique and interdisciplinary studies, I built my own major, marrying my passions for the arts, education, and social change. My Brooklyn College professors wholeheartedly supported me as I pursued this unique course of study. Through weekly office hours, I was able to connect with my inspiring professors and classmates. And just as I had hoped, I found a mentor in Professor Philip Napoli from the History Department, who helped me realize my dream as we brought Brooklyn College across New York City. A group of Brooklyn College students across departments and majors, we called ourselves the Museum Group, visiting museums regularly as a part of our course of study. We continue to visit museums together to this day. Encouraging this interest, my professors in the Art History Department encouraged me to apply to the CUNY Cultural Corps, which gives CUNY students the opportunity to apply for internships at museums across the 5 boroughs. I was matched with the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where I served as an education intern for an entire academic year. Since then, and thanks to CUNY, I have branched out within the Met. I returned to intern with family programs, and I am currently a temporary program associate with public programs and creative practice. These experiences have fueled me to pursue a career as a museum educator and programmer, and it wouldn't have been possible without the spirit of perseverance, a key characteristic of each of you, my fellow graduates, as we celebrate this momentous occasion and begin the next chapter of our lives. The education that I have received has opened a new door for me. Beginning this summer, I will be attending the Harvard Graduate School of Education to pursue a master's degree in human development and education, where I plan to study the way arts-based interventions impact the development of young people and the trajectories of their learning. None of this would be possible without the unwavering support of the Brooklyn College community. To my advisors, peers, and amazing professors, thank you for all of your support and guidance. To Dean Maria Ann Pinelli, thank you for shaping me into the budding educator that I am today. To my friends and family, especially my mother and father and my younger brother, Anthony, thank you for always lifting me up. And finally, special thanks to my mentors, Matilde and Moises Maldonado, for your unconditional love. Remembering my grandfather sitting on campus in the sunshine, I feel so fortunate to have attended college here at Brooklyn College. As students, we have the incredible opportunity to fulfill the legacy of those who came before us. And as the clock tower continues to tick, how will we follow her call into the future? My amazing classmates, I know I can't wait to find out all that is in store for you. Come dolce, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you so much. I'm honored now to introduce this year's recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award, Mr. Leonard Tow. To the Brooklyn College family, Len, as we know him, needs no introduction. It is safe to say that his positive impact on the Brooklyn College community is unparalleled. Len earned a bachelor's degree in economics at Brooklyn College in 1950 and went on to earn a PhD in economic geography from Columbia. Thereafter, he taught at Brooklyn College, Hunter College, Columbia Business School, and NYU. He was also a major pioneer in cable television and cellular telephones. In 1988, Len and his late wife, Claire Tow, founded, she was also a Brooklyn College alum, they founded the Tow Foundation. Its purpose is to support innovation and systemic reform in criminal justice, medicine, journalism, public health, and culture, and of course, higher education. Len and Claire Tow were early and active champions of Brooklyn College, investing in scholarly work, teaching excellence, and transformational learning opportunities for students and faculty to perform primary research abroad. Through more than 700 fellowships, scholarships, internships, professorships, and teaching awards, they have enriched the quality of the intellectual life on our entire campus. Their tremendous generosity has allowed our faculty and students to become exceptional in their disciplines, and they are, of course, responsible for the majestic Leonard and Claire Tow Performing Arts Center that welcomes us to the East Gate at Brooklyn College. Len was recently awarded the Carnegie Medal of Philanthropy, and I was pleased to be here. He's a longtime member of the Brooklyn College Foundation Board, an insightful mentor who is generous with his wisdom and a true friend. In recognition of his exemplary philanthropy and unwavering support for Brooklyn College and other institutions of higher education, I am so pleased to present Mr. Leonard Tow with the Distinguished Alumni Award. You want to just hand it to him? There we go. This is a beautiful plaque.
How beautiful.
And I'm going to hand this to you, Len.
Thank you
And
so
I'll sit
much.
right here.
Thank you. I came thinking I might be delivering a speech to boost your spirits for the beginning of a new life as graduates of this wonderful institution. But I've changed my mind, and I've decided to talk to you a little bit about a personal passion, Brooklyn College. Brooklyn College was a window to a new life for a kid born in 1928, when we were on the verge of a Great Depression and when opportunity was sinking to zero. Somehow, I made my way, the courtesy of my parents, through high school, the first in my family to get through high school, and thought in terms of college. For a totally foreign concept in the neighborhood in which I was brought up, not a single one of my friends, cohorts, passionate pursuers of adventure ever thought in terms of going to college. And somehow I took a bus along 14th Foster Avenue and arrived here, and there I was in a bit of greenery and a sort of Williamsburg look to the structures that have been erected on it. And I was thrilled beyond belief and discovered that I might actually get in. And in those days, it was totally a free institution, as Felix described it from its initiation. I had no idea where I was going, except that I knew I wanted out from where I was. I came out of a family of two immigrant parents who got through 8th grade and who worked 7 days a week to put bread in our mouths and clothes on our back. And I knew there must be something better out there. And so I pursued with whatever little ability I had in those days to study in the odd hours when I wasn't working and to get a degree, believe it or not, 72 years ago, more or less as of today. It was the class of 1950. I don't know whether there are any other survivors here of that vintage, but I'd be pleased to sit with them for a while and reminisce. But what I wanted to get around to was talking to you a little bit about gifts that I received here. My wonderful wife of 65 years, a graduate also in 1952. A mentor who was herself an immigrant from Austria, Steffi Brown in the economics department, who took me under her wing and introduced me to a life I never knew existed, and pushed me to pursue it. And lo and behold, it was a welcoming world at the time, post the Second World War, and under some mysterious guise, I was cloaked. And it set me off through graduate school, once again, with Steffi in my bullpen to relieve me every time I got a bit tense. And the result of that is what you see today, a material gain of very substantial size, which Claire and I have devoted to returning to the community. These gifts that we received during our tenure at the college have stimulated us to extend our interest in many fields surrounding the city of New York and in nearby states of New Jersey and Connecticut, in an effort really to return to the community the benefits that had heaped upon us. And I want you to remember, each of you, that you are where you are today because of the largesse of the great state of New York and the city of New York, which provides a very heavily subsidized education to you and is indeed a great gift. Unacknowledged for the most part by many of us, but think about it and accept it. Giving back doesn't necessarily involve material things. It involves as well the kinds of things one has to offer in the way of mentorship, leadership, supplementary undertakings of everything from gardening to dressing up the look of the campus. And I encourage each of you to maintain your relationship with the college and to contribute however little you can in terms of money to the foundation, which is dedicated to the welfare of the student body. And in those donations, and it could be 10 cents, and it could be $10, and it could be 10,000. Give what you can afford, but make a habit of it and build through that tradition that will only enhance the quality of what Brooklyn College has to offer. And I look forward to following the careers of many of you. I was really intrigued by the number of hands that went up for first attendees for a college degree among the graduating class. And since I was part of that, I understand it fully and recognize as well that, as Felix said, there are no barriers here that can't be overcome if you decide to overcome them. You know, Yogi Berra put it great. Yogi said, when you come to a crossroads, take it. Every opportunity should be taken advantage of. I will sign off here and give this back to Michelle. Thank you all.
Thank you, Len. Now I have a very special announcement. Yesterday, Len Tow turned 94. So in honor of this very special occasion, we'd like to ask Mara to return to the mic and have us all sing happy birthday to Len Tow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Tow. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, that was fun. That was fun. Thank you, everyone. So great to hear from Len Tow. It's my pleasure now to introduce the recipient of the 2022 Presidential Medal of Honor, Mr. Jules Coleman. Jules is a world-renowned scholar of law and jurisprudence. He was the first and remains the most influential advocate of corrective justice and tort law. He is a first-generation college student, like so many of you, so many students at Brooklyn College. He received a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy in 1968, magna cum laude from Brooklyn College, a PhD in Philosophy from Rockefeller University, and an MSL from Yale Law School. Jules began his career in higher education right here at Brooklyn College, teaching in 1971. Thereafter, he went on to teach at UC Berkeley, NYU School of Law, UVA Law, Columbia Law, Georgetown Law, and NYU, among many others. For nearly 3 decades, he held the Wesley Newcomb Hofeld Professorship of Jurisprudence and Philosophy at Yale. Jules is the distinguished scholar and author of more than 100 academic articles and a dozen books. He's presented nearly 100 named lectures worldwide and has been recognized for conferences in honor of his life's work in the United States, Europe, and South America. In addition to many other accolades, which I can't go into, you can look at the wonderful bio in your programs. He has been awarded medals of honor from the Attorneys General of Peru and Colombia for his exceptional contributions to law and justice. We welcome Jules here today with his wife Mimsy, sons Jesse and Jeremy, and daughter Laura. In recognition of his outstanding, that's them right up there. Woo! They are cheering right up there. We welcome Jules today in recognition of his outstanding and brilliant contributions to law, jurisprudence, justice, and education. I'm pleased to present Mr. Jules Coleman with the Presidential Medal of Honor. Thank you. Here you go, Jules. This looks great on you.
Thank you very much. I was worried there for a while that after you give a speech, you have to leave the stage. I didn't want to leave the stage because I was enjoying it so much and I actually like being on the stage. But I realized that you only get to leave the stage or have to leave the stage if you're a political leader. maybe there's something about that we should consider, think about. I stand before you today as an honored graduate of Brooklyn College. I've always been a proud graduate of Brooklyn College. And I hope that you, by the end of the day, find yourselves proud as graduates of Brooklyn College. For indeed, this is an achievement. And in my case, it's an achievement which could not have happened but for the support of an enormous number of people and an enormous number of institutions. The people, well, it starts with the president, without whom I would not have gotten this award, and I wondered for a long time why the president was so generous in giving me this award, and I realized that she was a student at Yale Law School when I was teaching there, and I was wondering if I had done well and graded her well in a class, but I realized upon discovery that she never took a class of mine, and never took it, she said, on the grounds that she feared that the final exam would be too tough. If that was the first challenge she's run away from, it's probably the last, because ever since then, she's run full steam straight ahead into every challenge, including the challenge of being the president of a college. And if it's okay with you, I'd like you to all take a moment, to thank the president. I assure you, as a person who spent the last part of my academic career as a provost, the presidency is a thankless job and not sufficiently well paid. Sorry about that, Mr. Chancellor. But I'd also like to acknowledge the support that my family has provided for me, just like you acknowledge the support of your family and friends. If I had friends, I'd acknowledge their support as well. But I do have a family. My wife, Mimsy, with whom I've been married for 51 years, who married me to achieve insecurity, which I've been able to provide, and my two sons, Jesse and Jeremy, who flew in from Los Angeles to be here, and my daughter, Laura, who flew in from Greenpoint. Now, I want to keep these remarks brief, but I want them to be meaningful. I'm very accustomed to this sight. Lots of students sitting before me, anxious to leave the room. I fully understand that. And I've ignored it for my entire career and will continue to do so right now. Because, as I said before, I enjoy being on stage. But briefly, it's part of the great liberal tradition and liberal ideal that each person be provided with an opportunity to pursue a life of their own making. Not a life that merely happens to them, but a life that is the result of their choices, their actions, a life that they can take responsibility for, a life that they can construct a narrative of that can explain who they are, how they got to where they were. And essential to that life is the creation of a wide number of institutions. And among the most important of those institutions are the institutions of college and higher education. Is it all right? I want to look up and see how I look. Not bad. All right. So the thing is that Benjamin Franklin said that college has a responsibility to create a citizenry worthy of the institutions that the government has created for it, capable to take advantage of the opportunities that the government, the systems of law, the economic system, and the social system have created for them. And that was a very meaningful and thoughtful and well-conceived idea. But the world seems to have turned upside down. rather than creating students whose goal it is in life, or whose responsibility is in life, to earn and be worthy of the institutions created for them, I challenge you with a responsibility of ensuring that the people who populate those institutions are worthy of the citizens that are created by our institutions of higher education. Your responsibility in life is to make sure that the institutions that serve others, that serve you, are populated by people who understand that that's their role. The last thing I'd like to say is this. I remember my parents, whose main ambition for me was that I not work with my hands, that I find something better in life than they experienced. And I know that they would be proud of me. And one time when I went to the cemetery, I noticed the lifespan of my parents. And I noticed that the most distinctive part of it to me was born in 1924 and died way too early. But there was a dash. And I realized that the only thing that really mattered in a person's life was how they fill out that dash. Not when it began, not when it ended, but what was in the middle. What was the dash? Your dash has started. This is an opportunity to reflect on that fact and make sure that you make it meaningful, not just for you, but for those around you. In this world where so many people are devoting so much energy to bringing down one another, make it your business to raise others up. Thank you.
I am pleased now to introduce the 2022 Commencement Keynote Speaker and Honorary Degree Recipient, Ms. Leymah Roberta Gbowee. Leymah Gbowee is a Liberian activist, social worker, and champion of human rights. She is a winner of the 2011 Nobel Peace Prize. And she works tirelessly to organize and lead the Women of Liberia Mass Action for Peace, a series of nonviolent protests that played a critical role in ending Liberia's 14-year civil war. Ms. Gbowee forged an unprecedented coalition of Muslim and Christian women to protest the war, and she was appointed their leader and spokesperson. Their consistent, powerful, weeks-long gatherings of thousands forced the warring factions to come to the negotiating table. At a critical juncture in the peace talks, the women created a human barricade to prevent Liberian President Charles Taylor's representatives and the rebel warlords from leaving the negotiating room until they came to terms. And when security forces attempted to arrest Ms. Gbowee, she displayed tactical brilliance by threatening to disrobe if they did, which, under their traditional values and beliefs, would have brought a curse of terrible misfortune to the men. The threat worked. The police backed down, and it proved to be a decisive turning point. Within weeks, the president had resigned and fled into exile, and the peace treaty had been signed. Thereafter, Ms. Gbowee led the Liberian Reconciliation Initiative, a forum for victims and perpetrators of human rights violations to come together and bring about healing and produce an accurate account of what had happened during the country's civil war. She has been the founder and executive director of Women, Peace, and Security Network Africa, a non-governmental organization established to advance women's leadership in the governance of the continent. We at Brooklyn College are so honored to be able to present the honorary degree Ms. Leymah Roberta Gbowee, in recognition of your contributions to ending the civil war in Liberia through peaceful protest, for your path-breaking work for conflict resolution and reconciliation, and as a powerful global advocate for gender equality and women's leadership. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you an honorary doctorate of humane letters with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which pertain thereto.
Thank you. Please have your seats. Thank you to the leadership of Brooklyn College, Michelle, to the faculty, staff, to the parents. As a mother of 9 children, they say when they are young, small children, small problems, big children, big problem. I know what you all have been going through. Congratulations. To the class of 2022, congratulations! So throughout the ceremony, everyone talked about when you succeed. No one talked about how you will succeed, where you need to go to get there. No one talked about when you win. And one evening in 2011, October, I was on the last leg of my book tour. And the last leg took me to the home of Sheryl Sandberg, who is the COO of Facebook. Sheryl had a dinner party for me, my book, and she made a prediction. Tomorrow is the Nobel announcement, and Leymah, I think you're going to win. I looked at her and I was like, First thing first, I did not know there was an announcement the next day. Nothing I've ever done in my life was done because of accolades. My mother described me as the one who sees a problem and jumps in head first without testing the waters. So after I left, I got on my flight, the red eye from San Francisco to New York. I changed my African garb, and I wore a free dress. For those of you from the continent and other places, when your parents come home and they're tired and they take off everything that makes them look slim, they just want to wear a dress free. So I took off everything that made me look slender and wore a free dress and got on my flight. And I think I was the only woman in business class with a bunch of men in black suit, crisp white shirt. Everyone looked like they were headed for business. My mind was somewhere else because my sister had done surgery and she was still in ICU in France. If you've lost a sibling before, when one is sick, you worry sick. I fell asleep on the flight. I never spoke to my next seat neighbor. I woke up on the flight, put my phone on, anxious to see what was going on with my sister. Voice message filled, text message filled, and I feared the worst. And then as soon as the first call I got was from my friend Abigail Disney, and she said to me, Nobel, 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 I told you, my friend, you were going to win one day. I turned to the guy sitting next to me, who I had not spoken to on the entire flight, and I said to him, sir, I think I just won the Nobel Peace Prize. He looked at me, and the look on his face was like, well, I didn't even look like $1. But the guy sitting in front of us whipped out his BlackBerry, looked at the picture, turned around and said, yep, kiddo, you sure did. What I wasn't prepared for was when you win. So distinguished graduates, everything you've done in the last 4 years is about winning in life. But no one has stopped to tell you that when you win, you lose. You lose a lot of friends. Those who are cheering you on today may not be able to swallow the success that you may encounter as you move along. When you win, your social network shrinks. When you win, you have to be cautious of what you say and where you go. My first sit down after winning the Nobel Peace Prize was with Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And he told me 2 things, and I'm going to give those to you. You have to cultivate or hold on to the values that brought you to your win. And that first value is selflessness. After you win, you have to recognize that it's not about you. It's about the community that you came from, where you situate yourself. When I go to give talks, I say I'm one of the most, I feel like I'm blessed beyond measure. Because I have the opportunity to stand on this stage, I have the opportunity to go to the UN and to speak with presidents, but I also am intentional about going back to my village. When you win, you must be selfless. When you win, you have to understand that it's not about the gains and the planes and the flashy cars. Right after I won the Nobel Peace Prize, a group that had refused to fly me business class offered to fly me on a private jet. I refused to go back to my small college in Virginia. It's not about the gains. It's not about the limelight. It's about the community. So once you win, you have to situate yourself there. The second value is the value of integrity, your truth. That truth that brought you to where you find yourself, your voice. Most times when people win, they see it as a moment to compromise. One of the biggest things I always say to people, I've been poor, I'm not afraid of being poor anymore. So I will speak my truth as I know it and make powerful people uncomfortable. Your voice. When you win, you have to be accountable. Look around you. Who am I accountable to? You must also be responsible for your action. Class of 2022, you will win. But even as you win, recognize one thing, that in the midst of your winning, you can't give up on your higher power. For me, I know him to be Jesus and God. Whichever way you know your higher power to be, I'm not saying you have to be a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, but you have to recognize when you win that there's something, someone greater than everything that is responsible for what is happening down here. Finally, when you win, do you, do well, and do good by humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gbowee, for your inspiring words. President Anderson, we will now proceed with the conferral of degrees to the Brooklyn College class of 2022. The 5 deans of the schools of business, education, humanities and social sciences, natural and behavioral sciences, and visual media and performing arts will each announce the departments and the programs in their respective schools. The candidates for each program will then rise together as they are able and be recognized by our applause. After candidates in all the schools have been called, the presidents will then officially confer the degrees on the class of 2022. Will Dean Peter Tolias please come forward to present the candidates from the School of Natural and Behavioral Sciences?
Good morning. Today I'm proud to present the graduates from the School of Natural and Behavioral Sciences here at Brooklyn College. You, our graduates, are scientifically literate citizens prepared to contribute to a real modern society and to pursue careers that demand a high level of scientific excellence in both applied and scientific knowledge. I would like to ask the degree candidates in each department and program to rise as you are able and be recognized. Master's degrees in biology. Master's degrees in chemistry. Master's degrees in computer and information sciences. Master degrees in earth and environmental sciences. Master's degrees in health and nutrition sciences. Master degrees in psychology. There we go. And now to the undergraduate degrees. Baccalaureate degrees in anthropology. Baccalaureate degrees in biology. Okay. Baccalaureate degrees in chemistry. Baccalaureate degrees in computer and information science. Yeah. Baccalaureate degrees in earth and environmental sciences. Baccalaureate degrees in health and nutrition sciences. Baccalaureate degree in mathematics. Baccalaureate degrees in physics. And finally, baccalaureate degrees in psychology. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dean Tolias. Will Dean Maria Ann Kennelly please come forward to present the candidates from the School of Visual, Media, and Performing Arts?
Okay. The arts inspire, they challenge and engage us. Most importantly, the arts are powerful change agents. At the School of Visual, Media, and Performing Arts, our graduates will use their talents and education to be creative presence in society, leaders in their fields, and alumni who are a proud reflection of our mission. I would like to ask the degree candidates in each department to rise as you are able and be recognized. Okay, you ready? Master's degrees in art. Master's degrees in the Barry R. Fierstein Graduate School of Cinema. Okay, master's degrees in the Conservatory of Music. Master's degrees in Performance and Interactive Media Arts. Master's degrees in Television, Radio, and Emerging Media. Master's degrees in Theater. Advanced certificates in the Conservatory of Music. Baccalaureate degrees in art. Baccalaureate degrees in the Conservatory of Music. Baccalaureate degrees in film. Baccalaureate degrees in television, radio, and emerging media. And I know that includes jams and media studies. Baccalaureate degrees in theater. Okay, thank you for the noise out there. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Kennelly. Will Dean Ching Hu please come forward to present the candidates from the Murray Koppelman School of Business?
Good morning. I am proud to present the candidates in the Murray Koppelman School of Business. We provide a transformative, distinctive, and accessible professional education to students from all social, economic, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds. Our graduates will be competent and ethical business leaders ready to take on the challenges in the digital era and in the global economy. I would like to ask the degree candidates in each department to rise as you are able and to be recognized. Master degrees in accounting. Master degrees in business administration. Baccalaureate degrees in accounting. Baccalaureate degrees in business administration. Baccalaureate degrees in economics. Baccalaureate degrees in finance. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Hu. Will Dean April Bedford please come forward to present the candidates from the School of Education?
I am so thrilled to be here with all of you to celebrate our amazing graduates of the School of Education at Brooklyn College. The School of Education works closely with the schools and social service agencies in Brooklyn to prepare teachers, school leaders, school counselors, and school psychologists. And over 80% of our graduates go on to work in schools and other settings in the borough of Brooklyn. I would like to ask the degree candidates in each department to rise as you are able and be recognized. Master degrees in childhood, bilingual, and special education. Master's degrees in early childhood education and art education. Master's degrees in school psychology, counseling, and leadership. master's degrees in secondary education. Advanced certificate in childhood bilingual and special education. Advanced certificate in early childhood education and art education. Advanced certificate in school psychology, counseling, and leadership. Advanced certificate in secondary education. Baccalaureate degrees in childhood, bilingual, and special education. Baccalaureate degrees in early childhood education and art education. Baccalaureate degrees in secondary education.
Where's my secondary?
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Bedford. Will Dean Kenneth Gould please come forward to present the candidates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences?
How you doing, Brooklyn? You look good today. The Humanities and Social Sciences students have essential skills in critical thinking, creative expression, and data analysis and assessment. They will apply those skills to be adaptive and resilient in a global economy and to be effective, publicly engaged citizens. Humanities and Social Sciences students are prepared to solve the most pressing problems of our time. They are the leaders and decision makers of the 21st century. I would like to ask the degree candidates in each department and interdisciplinary program to rise as you are able and be recognized. Master's degrees in Communications, Arts, Sciences, and Disorders. Master's degrees in English. Master's degrees in History. Master's degrees in Modern Languages and Literatures. Master's degrees in Political Science. Master's degrees in Sociology. Baccalaureate degrees in Africana Studies. Baccalaureate degrees in American Studies. Baccalaureate degrees in Children and Youth Studies. Baccalaureate degrees in Classics. Baccalaureate degrees in Communication. Baccalaureate degrees in Communication, Arts, Sciences, and Disorders. Baccalaureate degrees in English. Baccalaureate degrees in History. Baccalaureate degrees in Judaic Studies. Baccalaureate degrees in Modern Languages and Literatures. Baccalaureate degrees in Philosophy. Baccalaureate degrees in Political Science. Baccalaureate degrees in Puerto Rican and Latino Studies. Baccalaureate degrees in Religion. baccalaureate degrees in sociology, baccalaureate degrees in urban sustainability, baccalaureate degrees in women and gender studies. Congratulations. Use your education to make the world a better place.
Thank you, Dean Gould. The CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. Established in 1971, the City University of New York's Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies provides students with a flexible, academically challenging way to earn degrees while giving them a large share of the responsibility for the content of those degrees. I'd like to ask the degree candidates from the City University of New York's Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies program to rise as you are able and be recognized. I now ask all the graduates to rise as you are able. To commemorate this moment, Mara O'Malley, accompanied by the Brooklyn College Brass Ensemble, will perform the alma mater. Thank you, Mara, Professor Olson, and members of the brass ensemble. President Anderson, I present to you the Brooklyn College class of 2022.
Students in the Brooklyn College class of 2022, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you your respective degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that pertain thereto. If you are wearing a formal cap, it is now time to move your tassel from the right to the left, signifying this important achievement. On behalf of the entire Brooklyn College community, congratulations to you.
Graduates, please be seated until the platform party and the faculty have exited the arena. Then you will exit the arena in the same way you entered. Family and friends, please meet your graduates outside in front of Barclays Center. Thank you for your cooperation and congratulations to all our graduates.
Oh yeah, one more time. I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate.